Ah, Blue Bonk.
Good day to you, Reinschwarzer.
What the? You're the Phantom Thief.
You sure look comfortable.
Dude, is that a
What are you doing
shrimp?
here?
Or is that... No, it's an ice. Okay.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I be? I'm as much a guest on this ship as you are. And who would deny themselves the pleasure of a ship so beautiful? The furnishings are immaculate. The food and wine are positively sumptuous, and I am of the
I've never
firm
heard
belief
sumptuous.
that it's wasteful not to
Yeah.
take advantage of the
It's not
opportunity
one you hear
life
commonly.
presents you.
I mean, man does have a vocabulary.
Speaking of opportunities,
True.
don't just
He
stand
says more
there.
than just
Take a
fuck.
seat and join me in having a
Actually, I
drink.
don't think he says
You've been
fuck, but
blessed with the rare
definitely says
chance
more
to
than
sit
fuck.
and chat one-on-one with the most beloved thief of our time.
I can't believe that's how you describe yourself.
his voice sounds so different right there.
Well, what the hell? I'll have a drink. Nothing alcoholic, though.
And, you have a drink with him and you're suddenly just drunk. You're drunk green running through the hall.
Funny. I didn't realize you'd met Prince Olivert.
Ha! Indeed, there are few even among royals whose palate is so refined as his. Between our shared love of beauty and fundamental difference of opinion on the nature of love, he forever remains an endless source of entertainment for me.
Yep.
I suddenly feel very sorry for him. What happened down in Liberl sounds pretty amazing, though. I'd heard there were problems with orbital technology in southern Erebonia at the time, but I had no idea that was why.
Ha ha! That magnificent floating city was quite the sight to behold, let me tell you. Oh, how I wish I could have shown it to you.
Man, I want to play Trails in the Sky 2 now.
It would have changed your
I still need
view
to
of
play
the world
one.
completely.
It really
One's
does
kind of a
sound
slog
amazing.
because it's like a setup, but then 2 goes fucking crazy.
Ah, I gotcha.
Why am I sitting here having a friendly discussion with a wanted criminal? He has
'Cause he's
so
there.
many interesting and unusual stories. Like
Hey,
I'm
what's up?
completely caught up listening to them.
It's like, because he's there. Why else would you be...
My caliber can steal much more than objects read. There. I was able to steal much of your time.
Got him.
And your interest. Perhaps I stole
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
your heart as well.
Rest assured that did not happen.
Damn.
Your stories were interesting, though, I'll admit.
Like the first part,
By the
yeah.
way,
Second part, no.
You wouldn't happen to know where Prince Olivert is now, would you? Last I checked, he wasn't actively fighting against the Alliance.
Ha ha! I imagined Duke Cayenne would welcome a man like the Prince with open arms into the Alliance, if he so wished to join. To my knowledge, he was always wary of the Chancellor himself.
True.
But I digress. I'm afraid not even I know where he is at the moment. However, I'm inclined to believe that wherever he's hiding, the Crimson Wings is there with him.
So the Courageous is missing too, then. Although the Duke's got some nerve if he expects Prince Olivert to side with him after he imprisoned the rest of the Imperial family.
But think, these kinds of things are simply what the great nobles of this country have always done. The War of the Lions, too, was brought about by numerous families of some standing, backing potential successors to the throne. Emperor Dreichels, as a late arrival to the war, was a mere exception to the rule.
I heard War of the Lions, and the only thing I could think of is Final Fantasy
Does
Tactics.
Prince Olivert think himself as the
I'm thinking about
second
playing
coming
through
of
it.
Dreichels?
It's good.
And then getting the Cloud Strife character at the end of the game.
One of which is to bring the winds of
He
change to
exists.
Thor's military
And he
academy.
sucks.
A gust of fresh
That's why I said he exists.
I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
I don't think he does. From what I can tell, he intends to try and end this war in a slightly different way from Dreichels.
Oh? Do tell.
Sorry, but I should be going. Thanks for all the interesting stories. They helped me work through things in my head a bit.
Wait, is this mask now?
To hear it. I will be waiting at the edge of my seat to hear which path you choose. Join us, and you'll be warmly welcome. Naturally, I'm fascinated by you as the Ashen Knight's pilot, but I'm even more fascinated with that brute strength of yours. I would love the chance to see the power of an ogre up close.
I doubt it's half as interesting as what you're thinking. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
Shoutouts to it being officially called an ogre power.
Right?
And I didn't realize that until like Cold Steel 3. I didn't realize they even like said them.
Who's in here?
We got a visitor?
Come on in.
Yo, what's up, Xeno and Leo?
Excuse me.
Figured it was you. Sup?
Have a seat. Bourbon? I suppose not.
Yo, all they do is sit around and drink.
Really?
Hell
You
yeah.
guys are being so friendly, though. I mean, we're on a.
I mean, I
opposing
drank a lot
sides
last
of the
night, but like,
Why wouldn't we be? It's not like we're on a battlefield right now. We're Jaegers. Nothing unusual about us trying to cut some throats one day that's sitting in a bar with the same guys the next.
Of course, if you would rather fight with us, that can be arranged.
I shall have to politely decline. For one thing, I don't think I'd stand the slightest chance of taking you two down.
Hey now, no need to be so pessimistic. Fee seems to think pretty highly of you. Have a little more faith in yourself.
At the very least, you'd be able to give us a real fight in your divine night. Not that I'd have any intention of losing even then.
The scary thing is, I'm pretty sure he's dead serious. Well, they're used to taking out tanks. They probably have their ways.
Yeah, probably.
they saw Crow's Divine Night. They're just devising ways to fucking kill it.
Oh yeah? Ranking 72nd for the year in an academy full of big shot students ain't half bad. Brings a tear to my eye to see our little Fee putting her heart into her education.
And don't forget, she was the youngest of her classmates, too. The boss was right when he said that she can do anything she puts her mind to.
You got that right. Maybe joining the gardening club will make her a bit more ladylike too. Oh, who am I kidding?
She's still young. She has plenty of time to develop on that front if she so pleases.
They really seem to adore her. Like two proud parents talking about their child. And yet... If you don't mind me asking, why did you leave Fee behind? After your boss was killed in a battle with his sworn enemy, I mean.
Oh, Fee told you about that. It sounds like you're closer to her than I thought you were.
I trust this is simply me being paranoid, but you haven't tried making any moves on her.
She's like 12, dude. No.
No, of course not.
I know she's like 14 or 15, but no, it's like she's like 12.
Yeah.
No.
So much to the two of you.
Even in Cold Steel 4 at the end, when you can choose like characters, Fee's like, "Yeah, I know I'm behind you. We have to wait." It's very funny.
Family. Why did you leave her all alone?
Well, we had our reasons. Let's leave it at that. I know you want to know, but you're not the one we should be telling that to.
We'll be sure to tell Fee our reasons in due time. Until then, leave the issue be.
All right, I can accept that. Still, she's our classmate. In that sense, she's like family to me, to us, too. And we feel that way about her just as strongly as you do, if not more so. I want to be perfectly clear on that.
Fighting words right there.
Still, we'll remember you said that. Returning to the matter at hand. You're sure you haven't tried to make...
Dude, she's jumped on him like twice.
Come on, spit it out.
But
They really are like two overprotective fathers. I was hoping to get a bit more out of them about what Zephyr is up to. All we did was talk about Fee the whole time.
True.
Well, at least now I know that the guys in Zephyr really cared about her, so it wasn't a complete waste of time.
no.
And move on to this one.
Oh my god, we missed the Metapod like 3 minutes
Oh.
ago.
What the?
We know who that is. We go inside.
We ain't no bitch.
I know it's McBurn.
Oh, it's you. Forgot you were staying here too.
Yeah. What was that? It's gone now anyway. Maybe it was just my imagination.
So what's up? I couldn't give a damn whether you joined the Alliance or not, to be honest.
Oh, I didn't come here for any specific reason.
Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
Could I sit and talk to you for a while?
What a pain in the ass.
Damn. He also disappeared before it faded to black.
So,
Yeah.
what do you want to ask?
When we ran into each other back near Bereahard, you asked a weird question. Something about being mixed?
Oh, that?
I didn't have the chance to figure out what that... But what did you mean?
Don't know if I can even explain that one. It's just something you feel. What we've got mixed into us is obviously different in strength and nature. It's kind of hard to put into words.
Yeah, seems that way. I know you're not trying to confuse me on purpose, but I really can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
Just watch.
Huh?
There's no trick to it. I'm not using an ornament, it's not magic, and I'm not using an artifact either. I just will fire to appear, and it does.
So it's just a totally unnatural ability.
He used the almighty configuration.
That? Something that just gives you results, without the processes you'd usually have to go through to obtain them. You've got one too, right?
Well, true. That power of mine wasn't something I gained from training. I don't even know where the power itself is coming from.
It's the same kind of thing. People who can do things like that usually have something mixed into them. Something foreign, unnatural, mixed into their body itself. Different to the church's stigmas. Looks like a pretty small part of it in your case, though.
Oh.
There, huh? Anyway, I couldn't tell you how, where, or why whatever it is got mixed into you. Sure, you've got more questions, but sorry. I can't answer them.
No,
A
it's
lore
okay.
drop.
You've answered
Yeah.
enough already. I feel like I understand myself a little better now, actually.
Good for you, I guess. So, we done now?
Yeah, thanks for your time. Oh yeah, so how much of you is unnatural?
Me? All of me.
What?
That's ominous.
His circumstances seem very different from mine. Guess all I can do is remember what he said. Maybe there will come a time when it'll all make sense. I'm sure one day I'll find out what this power of mine is. What the story behind me being given this power as a kid is. One day.
Probably the most important one to like actually do.
True.
Huh? Given the circumstances, I imagine it must be one of the
Probably Duvalie.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
It's empty. Weird. I could have sworn I sent someone in here.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Looking
just
at you
run
right
away.
down like this,
Yeah.
it really is just a child. Maybe 12 or 13? Somewhere close to Milliam's age. How did a kid like this end up fighting with the Alliance?
Uh-oh.
Who are you? Who's calling me?
Is she talking in her sleep?
Uh-oh.
Situation assessed. Location is a room inside the guest area of the Pentagram. 9 hours have passed since initial loss of consciousness.
Guess she's sleeping comfortably enough here. Then again, she needs it at her age. She's got plenty of growing left. Wait.
Oh.
Good morning?
Reen Schwarzer. Why are you here? Unless my memories have been tampered with, I believe this room was solely allocated to me.
Oh, it was. Sorry. If I'd known you were sleeping, I wouldn't have come in here.
So you're an intruder then. Clown Soleil.
No, it was just an innocent mistake.
Oh.
Whoa! Can we at least talk about this?
No mercy
No.
for trespassers.
And then Ring just fucking dies to the end.
True.
So you claim to have no inappropriate motives for sneaking into this room.
Not claim! I really didn't!
But once you walked in, you fell victim to temptation and chose to act in accordance to your desires.
No! No, I didn't! How many times do I have to explain what happened before you'll believe me?
I was making a joke. Had you any intention of harming me, Clown Soleil would have attacked you. That he didn't proves your innocence.
So why did you beat me up?
As he could.
Oh, right. Then what was all that for? Oh, whatever. I suppose it's my own fault for coming in without permission. Anyway, I've cleared my name. I'll see you some other time, probably.
If that's what you want to do, you didn't come to ask me anything then?
Well, no. Honestly, I didn't even know you were in here. I do have a lot I'd like to ask you, though. And just as much I'd like to say to you. Okay, if you're offering, what are your reasons for helping the Alliance? Why do you have a puppet just like Millie? Just who are you?
The answer to your first question is, I was ordered to do so. As all information regarding Stiill is confidential, I am unable to answer your second question.
What happened to her tail thing?
As for the last
I
one,
don't know.
I am unable to fully comprehend the depth of your question.
Oh, forget it. You abducted my sister and the princess. Whether you were ordered to or not doesn't change that. And it's not something I think I can forgive. See you around. Sorry, that was probably too harsh. I can't pretend to know anything about your circumstances, but I do know that you didn't abduct them of your own free will. Anyway, with that said, I'll be going. Maybe we'll have a chance to talk again sometime.
The Black Workshop.
Yo, Lord, let's go.
That's the name of the place I belong to. It was they who loaned me to the Noble Alliance. Unless you choose to join the Alliance, that is the most I'm able to disclose to you.
The name doesn't ring any bells, and loaned. That makes it sound like, I suppose it's none of my business.
Yo, killed.
Thanks
Dad.
for telling me. I'll be sure to remember that name.
I can't see doing so holding any real purpose for you. Incidentally, did you have any untoward motives behind what you just did?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yep.
The Black Workshop? Loaned? Sounds like stuff worth remembering.
Oh, I really hope I don't get screwed because Rena's under-leveled for this next part, now that I think about it.
And before you just fucking die.
Having to travel to and from Crossbell like this is utterly exhausting. No, I mustn't complain. I'm doing this for the sake of my lord.
She sounds awfully familiar.
Who goes there? Wait! You're the Ashen Knight's pilot!
I remember you now. You're with Ouroboros. Duvali the Swift, right?
Have you no shame? Is it perhaps normal?
Yeah, why do you barge into these two unannounced, but everyone else, you're like, excuse me?
Yep.
You and that Arseid are only as bad as each other, I swear! Learn your place!
Actually, I just walked through the door normally. I should have probably knocked before I came in, though. Sorry about that.
Imagine knocking. Oh my god.
She had to change. It's important.
So, now that we're understood, what do you want? Have you come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side after all?
Can you not jump to conclusions? Besides, it's not like you're working with the Alliance because you agree with what they're doing.
Oh, naturally. Lady Clotilde seems to have a purpose of her own. But for my part, I have no obligation to help the Alliance whatsoever. I'm simply cooperating because I was told doing so was necessary to the plan.
Plan? I'm not sure what she's getting at. Just so we're clear, that lord you keep mentioning isn't Vita Clotilde, is it?
No. She may be an Anguis like her, but my lord is the seventh, not the second. She is the leader of the Stiill, the great light which guides us. Gallant yet beautiful, proud yet merciful. She's the strongest knight of all. And oh, she's simply divine.
She has a killer theme.
Well,
I'll give her that.
Made it clear. How good do you think she is?
Yeah.
So the head of the Stiill is also a woman?
She certainly is. And if you must know, 100 swordsmen of your strength couldn't hope to equal her.
Probably not.
1,000, even 10,000 of you wouldn't be able to so much as scratch her.
Okay, I get it. She's strong. Still, if she's a woman who could be described as the strongest knight of Laura already noticed the similarity between the Eisenritter and Stiill, but she really does sound like Saint Sandlot.
I see I've got you thinking. Incidentally, I may have already mentioned her title, but one can never share my lord's glory too many times. known as the Stiill Maiden.
The Stiill Maiden, huh?
And with that, I believe that's enough idle chatter. If you didn't come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side, then we remain enemies. As such, we shouldn't be standing here being friendly.
The only person who thinks that.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right. Sorry for bothering you. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to ask. You're not an enforcer like Blue Blanc or Sharon, right? Is there any reason for that?
You just had to ask.
Sure did.
Enforcers are selected by the society's leader, the Grand Master. And in order to be selected as one and given a number, that person needs to be burdened by some kind of darkness. But just so we're clear, there is no correlation between having a number and one's strength, alright?
Sure.
I'm quite strong.
I believe you.
I didn't say you weren't, but it makes perfect sense. You don't strike me as someone who's carrying any kind of darkness with you. You're refreshingly sincere. Like someone who hates anything that strays from the path of righteousness.
I'll thank you not to spout such nauseating drivel in my presence. Now get the hell out of my room!
Yo, another swear.
Holy fuck.
I know.
She chased me out. I'm really curious about the Stiill Maiden. Could she really have some connection with the Lance Maiden?
No.
Perhaps even with the woman who helped us during our August field study.
Alright, now we can finally continue the plot.
Yay. It's only been
But I gotta
19
save
years.
beforehand. Because if I'm right and I'm underleveled as fuck, this might be very hard.
This should be the guest of honor's room. Time to see who's inside.
Yes? Who is it? Please come in.
That sounds like... Excuse me.
Big room. Imagine having a room that big.
Right?
I had a feeling it was you, but I didn't dare to hope.
It's you. It's really, really you.
But it's really, really, really me.
Your Highness.
I mean, how did you get here?
Emperor
It's
Rain.
like a dream. Please don't tell me it is. I don't think my heart could handle the disappointment.
It's really me. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all of this. If I hadn't been so weak and careless, none of this would have happened.
You mustn't apologize. Simply being able to see you again is more than I could have hoped for.
You must have been really lonely.
Dead.
I'm here for you now, though.
True.
I might not be the most reliable person for the job, but I'm not going anywhere.
I also have to make a choice, though, by the way. And
Yeah.
So that's what you've been doing all this time?
Yeah. I was happy all of us were able to get back together again, but then yesterday, I ended up being invited onto the ship by Duke Cayenne. That's why I'm here, talking to you.
I do recall thinking things were a little noisier than usual yesterday. Now I know why.
You got windows.
Strange as it may sound, I suppose I owe the Duke my thanks. After all, if not for his invitation, we wouldn't have been able to find each other like this.
Sorry. I wish I could say I'd snuck on board to rescue you or something.
hey, we still could rescue.
Incidentally, I hesitate to ask, but
You want to know where Elise is, right? She's not on this ship, I'm afraid. I can't say for sure, but I believe she's been taken to the same place as my parents.
Vibing.
I'm sure it isn't news to you that my mother, father, and Cedric have been imprisoned somewhere. And apparently, they've chosen Elise to be my family's attendant. So it's likely wherever they've been taken, she's right there with them.
really? I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or what.
I can hardly blame you. I feel exactly the same way, even.
But
Wait, 'cause you're not
why
even
were
with her.
you alone, imprisoned on this airship. Surely there must be some reason.
That was Duke Cayenne's decision. I believe he's using me to suppress potential rebellion in areas occupied by the Alliance, by having me address the people and calm them down.
Forgive me for saying so, but that's a a little messed up, using you like that.
I don't especially mind doing it, honestly. It's a simple enough task. People all across Erebonia are uneasy about this war. And as princess, I should do what's within my power to help calm their nerves.
But at the expense of your own feelings? I know you want to help, but you can't be happy about being used as the Alliance's puppet to deceive them. Plus, you've been forcibly separated from your family, your best friend. You don't even know where they are.
Yes, but... Oh, why even bother? You see through everything, don't you, Reen? Anyway, putting my feelings aside, what do you plan to do now? I presume you don't intend to actually do whatever Duke Cayenne tells you to.
Well,
Fuck no.
I'm really not sure what to do.
He won't.
The longer this war goes on, the more people will suffer because of it. But even so, I don't feel as though siding with the Noble Alliance is the right course of action. And the same goes for the Imperial Army. I can't in good conscience side with them either.
I see.
There's so much to think about. You're being used as a puppet against your will, and then Elise is imprisoned somewhere too, being forced to do who knows what. I have to act somehow to change things.
That wasn't your fault, Reen.
Ever since I was taken in by my family all those years ago, I've tried to be a brother figure to her. I became the person I am today because of them. They've always loved me like they would a real son. And she's always treated me like a real older brother. You saw that power of mine, didn't you? And what I look like when I use it?
Well, yes, I did.
Back when I was a kid, something just like that happened. I ended up using it right there in front of her. She should have been terrified of me. But if she was, she never once let it show. She treated me exactly the same as before. And that was when I swore, deep within my heart, no matter what happened, no matter what I had to do, I would always protect her. And that's why I can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder if now's the time to live up to that promise. If I should put her before everything else, even if I have to ignore or outright betray my own personal beliefs in the process.
Reen. As your honorary little sister, I order you to get a hold of yourself.
Oh, right. I forgot about that part.
What?
Oh, hug.
Your Highness.
I know Elise far better than you think I do. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say I know her better than you. Reen, she's already told me so much about what happened 8 years ago. She told me about how that snowy day was what inspired you to take up the sword. She told me how traumatic that moment was for you. How what happened stays with you even now. And she even told me that, while she hated how she felt the tiniest bit happy because of it. Because it meant that your attention, your guilt, and your sense of responsibility were directed towards her.
That sounds like something else.
She knew more than anyone how selfish
a little
that
bit.
She may have had other reasons for choosing to go to Saint Estrella, but her main reason was that she didn't want you to keep feeling guilty because of her, more than anything else. She wanted to free you of your burdens. You should know, when you joined Thor's and were making new friends, and you finally seemed to be moving forward, she felt a little jealous, and even a little lonely at being left behind. But she was so very, very happy for you too. So please, Reen, please don't use Elise to justify not choosing your place in this war. Because I know for a fact, she wants you, of all people, to
Who's the
carve your
person
own
on the left?
path
Is that
and
useless?
find
Yeah, it's
true
useless.
happiness.
Or is Elliot? Actually, it's Elliot. It's Elliot.
It's one or the other.
How could I have been so blind? All this time I thought I was trying to protect her, and it's been the other way around since the start. And that's not just true for her either. Mom, Dad, Master Ka-Fi, all my friends at Thor's, they've been supporting me
You're
this
the
whole
core
time.
being held up by
How
everyone
could I
else.
risk
The
something
power of
so
friendship.
obvious?
And this gun I found.
I think I finally understand what I've been lacking inside of me all this time. was so focused on trying to protect others, I never stopped to think about how relationships go both ways.
Hope so.
Others try to support me just like I try to support them, and I have as much of an effect on them as they do on me. How did I not realize before now? I'm sorry, Master. I think you gave me that intermediate scroll a bit too soon.
OP Reen moment.
But better to
There we
realize
go.
late than never, I suppose, because now I finally feel like I'm ready.
I'll
As long
need
as I
this.
keep that fact in mind, I won't lose control
True.
again.
A, because it boosts my DPS and makes me move faster. And then B, because it gets rid of status effects whenever you
Yay.
use it.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. And I've got you to thank for that. Forget honorary. You sounded just like my real sister for a minute. So, thank you. I think it's time we get going. I wouldn't want to keep my classmates waiting any longer than I already have.
A pity, but you're right. I was rather hoping we could stay like this a little while longer. But I suppose all good things have to come to an end. Take care of yourself, Reen. I'll leave Elise's rescue to you. No matter what it takes, please. Why are you shaking your head?
So you're coming with.
I said it's time we get going, didn't I? There's no way I'm leaving my sister's best friend imprisoned
Wait,
in a place
Do
like
you
this.
can you look at? Wait, actually, no, I can see.
I
Never mind.
will get the two of us off this ship. So stay close to me.
All right. Ooh, Alphen was not selected during the thing, meaning they're both of ours.
Oh,
But she can
yeah.
heal.